So good morning all. So last class we discussed about applications. In that applications we discussed about the maximum path count arithmetic. In last two classes we are discussing about one algorithm. The algorithm is node reduction removal algorithm. In that algorithm we discussed that by using the algorithm we have different applications. In those applications, last class, we complete maximum path count arithmetic application. Okay. In today class, we are going to discuss about another application of node reduction removal algorithm, that is structured code. Structured code. Okay. So structured code is another application of node reduction algorithm. So what is a structured code? A structured code is defined as the code which does not have any loops or any branches. Say any loops and branches. That means, so this is the process here 1, 2. So this is the structure code 1, 2. Okay. So now in the second one 1, 2. So there is a if then else. So this is the one. This is another one. So now it changes like this. So there is no branches. So this is the loop. So this is the loop. It changes like this. And so this is the repeat until. That means it goes to second node. So after that again it comes to first node. Okay. It changes like this. So node 1, 2. So now, so this is the transformation of structured flow graph. So actually these are the flow graphs. Structured flow graph is nothing but a structured code is defined as the code which does not have any loops or any branches. A node by node procedure is used to test the structured code. If the result expression is very large and ugly, it is known as unstructured. And if it is simple, it known as structured. Okay, that means simply saying, so what is a structured code means? A structured code is defined as the code which does not have any loops or any branches. Okay. So next one is next application of code reduction algorithm is lower path count arithmetic. Lower path count arithmetic. The lower paths approximated cannot be a true lower count because there would be some unachievable paths in the flow graph which reduces the actual number of paths in the flow graph. So what we are doing in the node reducing algorithm, we are reducing the nodes. Okay, here the lower path approximated so cannot be true lower count because there would be some unachievable paths in the flow graph. If there is any unachievable paths in the flow graph, so which reduces the actual number of paths into the flow graph. Here for lower path count arithmetic, so these are the arithmetic rules. The arithmetic rules followed for finding the lower path count are listed as in the table. Okay, so these are the arithmetic rules for lower path count arithmetic. Okay, so path expression a plus b if it is parallel. So parallel is nothing but, so these are the two nodes 1, 2. If the paths are like this, So this we are called as a parallel. Series is nothing but, so these are the three nodes. If it is like this, so these are series links. Okay. And loop, so loop is nothing but like this, or it is like this. So this we are called as a loop. Okay, so this is the path expression. If it is a graph, so how we can express the parallel graph means, so by using a plus b. If it is series, a into b. If it is loop, a power n. Okay, so weight expressions. Now, so each link have some weights. So the weight expression is, so WA plus WB for parallel. So max of, coming to series, here we take max of WA comma WB. Okay, for example, the weight here is 2, here the weight is 3. Then we are going to take max of this. So max of this is 3. Okay, and coming to loop, 1 comma W1. So 1 comma W1 for loop. I hope you all are know parallel rule. It is similar that of a general parallel case. Okay, so parallel case is nothing but this is the parallel. So these are the two nodes. So this is the one link, this is another link. Okay, these are the parallels. And series rule is nothing but, so these are the links, so these are in series. Okay, it's similar that of a general parallel case, but in case of weight expression, so WA and WB are the weights, then the maximum weight among two weights is the resultant weight. So that is max of WA comma WB. That means if it is 2, if it is 3, serial. So here we are going to take, so 3 as a result weight. Okay, the loop rule. The essence of a loop rule is that in lower path count arithmetic, the loop is considered only once and the path count should be multiplied with the loop weight. That means if you observe that the result here is, so 1 comma W1. We consider the loop only one time and the weight of the loop 1, so that is 1 comma W1. Okay. So this is the example. So here, so this is the node. So this is the flow graph. This is the flow graph. So 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the entry node and this is the exit node. Okay. So these are the links A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay. So what is the path expression for this? The path expression is, so A plus, so these are the serial links. So A, so this is the parallel. So B plus E, B plus E, but here the A and B, these are the parallel link, series links. Just wait 1 second. Here, so this is the flow graph. So for this flow graph, what is the path expression? The path expression is, so this is the A. Here, so these are the serial links, series of links. So A into, so next here BE. So these two are the parallel links. So B plus E, B plus E. So next it is serial link. So into C, and these are the serial links. So into FD. So this is the path expression for the flow graph. Okay, A into B plus C into C into FD. Okay, the number of paths can be determined by substituting the weights for each link. Here the weights is all are 1. So 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay. So now this value can also be determined by substituting the value in a path expression. What's the path expression here? So this is the path expression. A into B plus C into CFD, that equals to 1 into 1 plus 1 into 1 into 1, that equals to 2. Okay. So next one, looping probability of path expression. So next application of path node reduction algorithm is looping probability of path expression. So probabilities of path expression can be calculated by assuming that all probabilities present in an expression are independent, means the decision node are not dependent. So for example, here, so this is the flow graph. In this flow graph, this is 0.85 probability of choosing this path, 0.05% probability to choose this path, and 0.1 chance of probability to take this path. If you see that 0.85, 0.05 and 0.1, that equals to 1, that equals to 1 here. The flow graph, the sum of probabilities of each decision node is equals to unity, that equals to 1. Okay, here, so this is the decision. So this is the decision. So based on this decision, the flow graph, the control goes to in this way, or it shows like this on here. So each one, the first one is 0.85 probability, second one 0.05, and third one 0.1. Now, so calculate the probability of all the cases. Okay. So first we see the theory. Now, so probabilities of path expression can be calculated by assuming that all probabilities present in an expression are independent, means the decision nodes are not dependent. So probabilities are calculated at every decision node, including loop node. Why? The loop node is also contains the decision. So assign each outlink with a weight equals to the probability of going in the direction. Then the sum of outlink probabilities must be equals to 1, and the arithmetic rules are choose of ordinary arithmetic. Okay, this is the rules you are going to follow for the probability of a path expression. For parallel case, the expression is b plus a plus b. For series, a into b. For loop, a star. Already we know this. Coming to weight expressions. So for parallel links, the weight expression is PA plus PB. P means probability of A plus probability of B. For series, it is probability of A into probability of B. For loop, the weights are probability of A by 1 minus PL. Probability of loop here. So PA by 1 minus PL is the probability of loop here. PL means. Okay. So these are the arithmetic rules you are going to follow. You are going to apply for to know the probability of a path expression. So looping probability of a path expression. Okay. Now we see the example. Okay. So this is the example. So this is the flow graph. For this flow graph, you are going to calculate the probability of case A, case B, case C. What is the case A here? So this is the case A, 0.85. And probability of B means, so this is the B here. So 0.05. So probability case B, and 0.1 is the probability C. Okay, now we discuss one by one. Okay. So consider the case A. So this is the original flow graph. If you consider this, only case A. Now, so this is the original flow graph. Ignore all these here. So this is the, okay, we eliminate all these things. Why? If you consider this case A, here the probability goes like this, means from this onwards you get this also. So you consider, so this for case A. So what is the probability is 0.85. Okay. So these are the flow graphs. Okay. If you select this, so combining all serial links, Now in this diagram we are going to identify that serial graphs. If you observe, this is the serial graphs, 0.85, 0.1. So all these are the serial graphs. Okay. Now you can apply combining the serial links. We got so 0. These are the values, 0.85 into 0.85 into 0.1. So all these are the values we got after combining the serial links. Okay. So next, so no operation are there. Then these are the probabilities values, 0.025, 0.306, 0.459, 0.085, and combining parallel paths. If you apply all the rules, so finally the probability of case A is 0.717. If you apply all the rules, so what we discussed. Okay. First you are going to combine the serial links. After that you are going to combine the parallel paths. Then we got the value 0.717. So this is for case A. Now we consider case B. So this is the case B. So this is the original path graph. So here, so this is the case B. Okay. Now if you calculate that, so probability of case B, if you combine serial links, combining parallel paths, so combining all the parallel paths, then you got 0.158 for the probability in case of B. That is 0.158. And next one is case C. So this is the case C flow graph. So this is the 0.1. Okay. So this is the original flow graph for case C. If you apply all the rules, all the arithmetic rules, again, so combining the serial links, combining the parallel paths, so no operation, and combining of all parallel paths and eliminating the unnecessary nodes, then you got the probability for case C. So probability for case C. In this way you are going to find the looping probability of a path expression. So all these are the cases, different cases, case A, so case B, and case C. Okay. So next one, here, just wait. Here, if you calculate all these things, all these calculations, we got the case C is 0.717. The probability is 0.717 for case C. So next one, it's a mean processing time of a routine. That means here you are going to find, so what is the processing time of that function or program. So mean processing time of a routine. Okay. in the process of finding the mean processing time, the execution time of all statements and instructions for each and every link in the flow graph is given. The mean processing time for the entire routine should be calculated. So how we can calculate mean processing time of a routine? Means here the execution time of all statements and instructions for each and every link in the flow graph is given. The mean processing time for the entire routine should be calculated. If there is a routine, so that means a function or a program. So how we can calculate the execution time? You are going to consider all the statements and instructions in each and every link in the flow graph. Okay, here the arithmetic rules. So these are the arithmetic rules so followed for calculating the mean processing time. So this is the path expression a plus b, series expression ab, so loop expression a asterisk. So these are the weight expressions. So time for a plus b, this is the probability of a plus b. Okay, so time of a plus b equals to, so probability of a, ta, plus probability of b into tb by probability of a plus probability of b. Okay, the weight expression for parallel links. What is the time? T a plus b equals to probability of a and ta plus probability of b and tb. Okay, and this is divisible by, so probability of a plus probability of b, probability of a plus probability of b. If it is a serial link, then so time of AB equals to TA plus TB. So time of A plus time of B. Okay. So probability of AB equals to probability of A into probability of B. Okay. So similarly, if it is loop, then the TA, so time, the processing time for that loop equals to TA plus, so TL, time for loop and probability of the loop, by, so 1 minus probability of the loop, 1 minus probability of the loop. Okay, so these are the arithmetic rules we are going to follow for calculating the mean processing time. Now see one example. Okay, so this is the example. So each link is assigned with probabilities and execution time in microseconds. Okay, so this is the 5, that means 5 microseconds. So 20 0.4, 20 microseconds, 0.5 is the probability. So this is the 0.4 is the probability and 20 is the time. So each link is associated. So here the 30 is, there is a branching, then the link is associated with both probability and time. Here, so 30, 0.6, 0.6 is the probability and 30 is the time. So 30 microseconds is the execution time. Okay, now after combining all the parallel paths, combining all the parallel paths, so what is the formula for combining all the parallel paths? So this is the formula for time. T a plus b equals to, this is the formula, so pa ta plus pb tp by pa plus pb, probability of a into time of a plus probability of b into time of b by probability of a plus probability of b. Okay, we apply these formulas, then after combining parallel paths we got these values. Okay, so 5, 13, 25, 18, all these are the values we got after combining parallel paths. Okay, the next one, combining serial paths. Okay, after combining the serial paths and after combining all the inner loops, so these are the values. If you combining all the serial links, then we got these values. So 43, 18, 50, 0.6, 33, 0.6, 27, 0.4. All these are the values after we get combining all the serial paths. And similarly, inner self loops. If there is any inner self loops, if you apply, so these are the values 43, 18, 42.8, 33, so 27 into 0.5. Hey, this is the branching. Here there is a 0.8 probability of branching. Okay, so these we got after eliminating the self loop. So this is the self loop. After eliminating this, we got these values. After eliminating the self loop, we got these values. After applying the cross term step for deleting a node. After the cross term step to delete a node, we got these values. So combining the serial links. So 160, 43, 93.8, 162 into 0. That is a 0.8 is the probability and 27. Okay, so total one is 93.8. Okay, so after creating the self loop, so these are the values. After eliminating the self loop, the overall reduced flow graph like this. So this is the flow graph. After applying the rules, we got these values, that is 43, 51.6, 120.8, that is 675.4. After applying all the rules, we got 67.4 microseconds as an answer for this flow graph. Okay, in this way we are going to calculate the mean time of a routine. So thank you all. In tomorrow class we are going to discuss about the remaining applications of node reduction algorithm. So these are the here, so push pop and get written problem solving. So this is also another application. We discuss about this in tomorrow class. Okay, so thank you all. We meet in tomorrow class. So thank you.